2 years have passed since the pro-European Maidan took place. It has been a difficult transformation period for Ukraine. The country is changing every day. The international community has been providing significant financial resources, crisis response and recovery assistance. The World Bank Group has provided over $4.6 billion in budget support, investments operations and private sector financing.
For Ukraine, the World Bank came through with the first developmental policy loan. They believed in Ukraine, they believed in the people of Ukraine, and they showed the way to other donors, to other supporters, and to other creditors, and for that we're extremely grateful.
The World Bank is providing advice and technical assistance in supporting the most ambitious economic program in Ukraine's history. This includes improving public sector governance to ensure efficient use of public resources, restoring fiscal and external account balances, stabilizing the banking sector, enhancing the investment climate, restructuring the energy sector, and strengthening the social safety net system to target assistance to the poor and most vulnerable.
Faced with unprecedented challenges, the Ukrainian authorities have taken many important steps to stabilize and reform the economy. But because the challenges are unprecedented, continued and faster reforms will be needed to lay the foundation for sustainable growth. To help Ukraine to deal with these unprecedented challenges, the World Bank Group has also provided unprecedented financial and non-financial assistance to the country.
In a few simple words, the World Bank is working in Ukraine to fight corruption, reform and boost the economy, restructure the energy sector, develop the private sector and protect the poor. In a wide-reaching partnership between civil society, business and government, the World Bank has been involved in helping to improve public procurement. The bank provided capacity building and initial funding for civil society groups and the media to monitor municipal services and public procurement covering all regions in the country.
The World Bank has always been a reliable partner to Ukraine, and we are glad to maintain this close relationship at a time when Ukraine needs a strong support of international community.
Together with the experts from the World Bank Group, we've been able to develop a number of important legal acts affecting ease of doing business for small and medium enterprises, as well as improving the overall business climate in Ukraine. One of the key successes was the reduction of number of days it takes to start a new business, from 21 to just 2 days. Moreover, we've managed to cut the number of business licenses almost by half, from 56 to 30. So if you want to start a new business, in 50% of cases you don't need a license, and it takes only 2 days to register. Isn't that great? Thank you to the World Bank for helping to make easy business in Ukraine.
Today what we're looking for is more in the area of investment. Investment into our education sphere, investment into our infrastructure, investment into the country such that we can turn this investment into more efficient government services and deliver to the people of Ukraine a better life.
The collaboration with the National Bank of Ukraine focuses on achieving fiscal consolidation in the banking sector as part of the successful reforms in the sector supported by the World Bank. And since the beginning of 2014, more than 70 banks have been declared insolvent and transferred for resolution to the Deposit Guarantee Fund. The World Bank's experience and the best international practices it possesses are extremely important for us. We have been working successfully to improve our internal regulations and legislation. This is aimed at strengthening our legal and institutional framework. As part of our cooperation, we are working to redirect overall banking supervision from compliance to risk-oriented approach. The bank has been supporting the government in bolstering social protection reform by putting in place more targeted social safety net programs. The main purpose of this effort is to expand the coverage of a cash transfer program together with the revamped housing and utility subsidies, while targeting more closely those most in need. Helping the poor and most vulnerable people is critical, especially since Ukraine embarked on a series of reforms, including increasing of heating and gas tariffs to cost recovery and reducing fuel subsidies.
На сьогоднішній день в Україні відбувається ряд
We joined forces with the World Bank to develop a mechanism ensuring that the most vulnerable people are covered with state assistance. As of today, we've targeted over 5.5 million Ukrainian households who have an opportunity to pay their bills via housing subsidies. Better healthcare is at the top of a list of priorities for Ukrainians. To support the country's reform agenda in this sector, the World Bank is financing the improvement of health management and service delivery at the local level in 8 regions across Ukraine.
We believe that this project will be the driving force of the reform, which will change the country's healthcare.
Ukraine is on the path of achieving progress. But Ukraine's people and its businesses deserve better. Continued and faster reforms are crucial for Ukraine's survival. All Ukrainians, all political parties, all institutions, civil society and the private sector need to work together, setting aside their vested interests. They need to press forward on vital reforms, meeting the people's hopes of transforming and developing the country. For this, there always will be strong backing from Ukraine's international partners and most certainly the World Bank.